So I never like to address at what point legally can I, because that's a game of what ifs. So we always talk in use of force about can, should, and must. Okay? In any physical use of force whatsoever, physical or deadly, there's always this paradigm of can I, should I, and must I. So sometimes I can get away with doing something, but I really don't need to do that thing. So then before Christ, should I? That's a better question. So if I say, should I put my hands on this person? Well, when should I put my hands on someone? If it's immediately necessary to stop their unlawful use of force against another. Right? If I just walk up and kick some guy in the groin because he's making me frustrated, well, I'm going to go to jail for assault. And rightly so. Right? But if two guys get in a fender bender in the parking lot and one dude reaches out and he's going to freaking, cock him back to punch the other guy in the face, and I intercept that punch, I'm fine. Because not only then should I must. Right? I kind of have to step in there and do that. So again, in deadly physical force, I always say, listen, if the only thing is this is the only thing I can do, or I'm going to the hospital with more. So I must defend my life with deadly force. You'll never have a problem legally if you're in the must. If you're in the should, you're pretty safe. Right? If you go, wait a minute, I really should put my hands on this guy. He's got a hold of his spouse, and he's got her, by the lapel, and he's shaking her. I really should stop that. Okay, then you're probably all right. If you're asking, can I? I'd say probably go get another option. Probably go get another option. Okay. This is the same thing I use my OC spray, right? So you know what an OC spray is? An OC spray is a long-range eye poke. It's a mean, long-range eye poke. So I never ask, can I pepper spray somebody? But I do ask plenty of times, should I spray this guy? That guy's a brewing fight. He looks like he's about to punch me in the face. I probably should poke him in the eye from a long way away so I get away with it from him, and it's not going to hurt him. Phew. Run on. Who are we looking for, sir? The guy crying. Oh, he will. Trust me. Get the right OC. It's not fun. So, force options. Having options at your disposal. So, when we say, what are some of them? What is my lowest level of force available?
Words, de-escalation.
Not even that.
Denial of access.
Presence. Sometimes mere presence is, it is a level of force. If I have somebody that is in charge and available there, sometimes, so if I had, a register sitting there that's full of money, and some unscrupulous person would probably maybe at some point reach out and grab that and run off. But if I'm standing right next to it, are they less likely to do that?
Yes.
Am I saying don't do that? Am I doing no? Just my mere presence can sometimes do that. And the presence of aware, equipped congregants can be that presence. In larger congregations, this is one of the reasons you hire off duties in uniform. You want them in uniform. You want the badge there. You want all that stuff because it's a presence. It simply says this is not a good place to cause problems. Honestly, if you're big enough and you have the money, you know why you really want a cop present? You don't need his gun. You need his Motorola. That's what you really need. Because guess what? If you have a medical emergency and you call 911, they're going to feed you through all this layers of what's going on and what's happening and what's the right thing. And instead he goes, dispatch Tom 25. Tom 25, go ahead. Dispatch, I need an ambulance at this address. I'm having a heart attack emergency. And they go, inbound 6 minutes ETA. So they trust him. They know he or she is well trained. That's why you want him there. That's what they show up there. Yes, if there's the other problems, if you get the loony bin, and then, when the loony goes, if you go up as a pastor and you go, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, and he goes, you can't do that to me, and blah, blah, blah. When the cop goes up and goes, hi, you're leaving now. And if he goes, you can't do that to me, he goes, I have a shiny pair of bracelets, just for you. And we're leaving together. This is going to be great. Anyway. So having force options. And again, presence is my lowest level of force options. My next lowest level of force options is pleasant dialogue. Is interception and verbal judo and interdiction. So you don't always have to go, you get that idea of the knife hand out, right? Look, sucker! Last time I had a guy do that to me on a range as a student, I was like, hey man, I've been out of the military longer than I was in the military. Do me a favor, Staff Sergeant, sheath that knife hand, would you? I don't need that. I am an adult. Don't treat me like you're private. What? Oh, I'm sorry, that's not how I was. Cool, man, we're friends. That's nice. We just sheath that knife hand, right? So we don't have to do that, sir.
What about nonverbal, body position, when you're talking to the person,
Yeah, 100%.
measuring your verbal judo?
100%.
Can you give some examples of how you might do that in a non-confrontational manner?
Well, so there are times, for instance, where I have to learn how to use my skills to get what I need done, right? So that might mean I'm having somebody that is verbally aggressive towards their spouse. That's a very common one. You get a domestic that spills over to Sunday morning, and they're arguing in the parking lot. Come on, let's be honest. You ever argue with your spouse on the way to church? Right? People do that stuff, right? And then it spills over, and they're bickering at each other out in the parking lot because they don't have good people skills. So sometimes I'll come up and go, hi, can I help you guys? Are you guys doing okay? What's going on? How can I help? And sometimes that might mean I will take someone by the elbow, which is a physical use of force, and say, come here and talk to me. Now, I'm not going to be aggressive about that. I'm not armbarring the guy, you know, come here, you come with me, and wrist locking him or whatever. Hey, come here and let's talk. Just come here and let you and me talk about this a little bit so we can get away from that situation. I just want to talk to you. So I might remove that, or I might step between and say, listen, I just want to talk to you for a moment. Can we just talk, please, together? Now, what does that require of me to be able to do that?
Confidence and judgment.
More than confidence, it requires competence. It requires the ability to say, hey, wait a minute, if something goes wrong, am I okay here? So we had an instance at West Greenway that we had a guy who was angry at another guy. They were both in the congregation because one was working on the other's car and there was some money problems, this and that. And he's like, Pastor, you need to tell him he has to give me this $5,000. And I'm like, I can't say that, man. I don't have all the information to do that. If you guys want to bring in all the information and have arbitration, I'll agree to do that. Our elders can do that. We'll do that for you, but we need to see all the information. No, that's right. You know, you're not doing that. You're not doing your job. Man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't have any more options here, right? And we're sitting in my office, and he gets up and slams his hands down on my desk, and we're sitting both on the same side of my desk. He gets up and slams his hand on my desk and starts pointing me in the face. And so then I very kindly stood up. Hey, man, look. Listen, man, let's be friends. I don't want to fight with you. I'd like to be friends. I get it that you're frustrated. But come on, let's be nice. Now, what does this say? This is I surrender, right? Isn't this what this universal sign is? It's, hey man, I don't want any fights. These are my empty hands. Hey man, I don't want any fights, but it says if you take a swing at my face, I have the ability to defend myself here, and I have the ability to wrap you up and go to work from you. Okay? Now I didn't go, back up man, or I'm going to pepper spray you, or any of that stuff. That's not how I play that game, right? So I use a lowest level of force, my body positioning. This is one of my favorite things. This also, if you're watching ASP Extra, what else does this look like? Shooter ready, stand by. We going to work, fam! I'm not saying I was going to do that there. I'm saying this is a very universal, what we call a defensive fence. So sometimes I'll use that. And I will do that sometimes when it's not even like that. I will go, hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you. Or somebody's walking to me and I go, hey man, do me a favor. That's about enough for me. That's close enough. It's not you, man, it's me. But right there, is that cool? Now this as well. What does this look like?
That's the interview position.
So, but what does this look like to somebody who is not trained in it? Am I aggressive here?
Peace.
Very peaceful, right? My hands are clasped. I don't mean you any harm. I'm just trying to be kind. But again, what is this? This is my interview position. I can separate these hands and go to work and get after anything that I want. But from a non-threatening position, is this a helpful thing? Now, if you're just trying to conciliate, I like this kind of position to just conciliate because it's a conciliatory position, right? And again, this idea of, hey man, I talk with my hands a lot. I used to think, before we did the DNA test, that I was Italian and that's what did it, but I'm really not. I'm a Viking, so it is what it is. I don't know that Vikings do this, but I do. And so this idea of, hey, how can I help you to help me? How can I help you? What can I do to help you here? So I'm using my hands to give me some space. When somebody comes inside my space, I can back right up out of that. Hey, that's close enough, man. Do me a favor. So then we use the ask, tell, make paradigm. Okay, so when we're managing unknown contacts, I can't tell you enough. If you want to really learn this, Craig Douglas's curriculum in Extreme Close Quarters Combat, ECQC, is Managing Unknown Contacts, or mucking, they call it. Fantastic curriculum. You really should take that curriculum and take it to heart. Craig Douglas, his company is the ShivWorks, and ShivWorks alumni, as I think they call it. Fantastic stuff. And that idea of when I ask somebody, hey, do me a favor, bro, can I ask you that that's close enough? Now I've asked. If he continues forward, guess what? Now I have to tell. I said that's close enough. Did you feel my verbal inflection change? That's enough. Now if he still won't do that, now we're going to make, and I might then at that point push off, hey, I told you that's close enough. Back up. And I make that happen. Do I need to know how to do all of those? But that is all required in having a robust skill set. So if you go, gosh man, I have absolutely no empty-handed skills whatsoever, I have no force multipliers on me at all, and I am weak and I am small, then friend, you got problems. You can ameliorate some of those problems with tools, and more than that, with skills. Again, if you come to Candace's weapons-based empty-handed environment tomorrow, I outweigh Candace by like pounds, okay? And she can tie me up like a freaking pretzel. I can fight her off for a while, but I am just delaying the inevitable of her simulated murdering me. Yeah, and that's the reality of things. She is an incredible jujutsuka, and that skill set lets her do things that she could never do without it. Okay? So having that high skill set gives you those options, the ability to do that. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay. So and knowing how to do that comes with the training, comes with the ability to step in and do those things.